This is the question asked in today's skillrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input we are given the value of integer n, and after that we are given n integers as input. So now we have to split our input array into 3 equal subarrays, and it is also given in the question that there are no restrictions in the length of subarray. So one subarray can contain only one integer and another subarray can even contain 10 integer. So there are no restrictions in the length of subarray. So all the subarrays can be of different length. So the only condition which we should be checking is we have to find whether any 3 subarrays has equal sum. So that is our only task. So we should split this input array into 3 subarrays in all possible ways. So let us see how we will be splitting our input array. So let us start from minimum. So first let us create 2 subarrays with 1 integer each. So the first integer 0 is alone a subarray, and then the second integer 8 alone is a subarray, and then all the remaining integers are considered as another subarray. So totally we have splitted our input array into 3 subarrays. The first subarray is the integer 0, and the second subarray is 8, and then -6, 5, -3, 4, 1, -3. So all these integers are another subarray. So now we have to find the sum of every subarray. So the sum of first subarray is 0 and the sum of second subarray is 8. So the sum of both the subarrays are not equal. So we need not even find the sum of third subarray. So when 3 subarrays are formed like this, we cannot get our output. So we should try for the next possibility. So we will be increasing the size of the second subarray. So now the first subarray is integer 0 and the second subarray is the integers 8 and -6, and the remaining integers 5, -3, 4, 1 and -3 are the third subarray. So now again we should check for the sum. So the sum of first subarray is 0, and then the sum of second subarray is 8 minus 6. So the sum is 2. So first subarray and second subarray are not equal. So even when we split like this, again it is not possible. So again we should increase the size of the second subarray. So now the second subarray will be 8 minus 6, 5. So again we have to check for sum. So the sum of first subarray is 0 and the sum of second subarray is 8 minus 6 is 2, and then plus 5, 7. So again the first subarray is 0 and the second subarray is 7. So they are not equal. So again we should increase the size of the second subarray. So like this we should be increasing the size of second subarray. So when we keep on increasing, at one stage the first subarray has only one integer and the second subarray has 6 integer, and the last third subarray has one integer. So after this we cannot expand our second subarray. So when we reach position like this, we have to increase the size of our first subarray. So now the first subarray will be the first two integers, the integers 0 and 8. So this is our first subarray, and again the second subarray must contain only one integer. So the second subarray is -6, and the remaining all integers are third subarray. So when we keep on doing this, we will be able to find all possible ways of splitting the input array into 3 subarrays. And if in any of the case, if the sum of all the subarrays, all the 3 subarrays are equal, then we have to print yes. Else we have to print no. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. So first I am creating an integer n and an integer array arr of size 101. So here I am declaring these variables outside the main function, because when we declare a variable outside the main function, we can use those variables within our main function and also within our user defined function. So we need not pass the values in the arguments separately. So this is the reason why we have declared the variables outside the main function. So now in our main function, first I am accepting the value of integer n, and then I am creating a loop that iterates for n times, and in every iteration we will be accepting an integer and storing it into the integer array arr. So now we have to split our input array into 3 subarrays, and we have to find the sum of every subarray. So first let us see how we will be calculating the sum of every subarray. So to calculate the sum, I am creating a new function named sum. So this function accepts two integers in its arguments. So the first integer a is the start index and the second integer b is the end index. So this function sum calculates the sum of all the integers from the index a till b. So to do that, first I am creating a new integer variable named sum and setting its value to 0. And then I am creating a for loop. So this for loop iterates from a till less than or equal to b. And in every iteration of this for loop, we will be adding the variable sum with the integer present in the array arr. So I am including the condition sum plus is equal to arr of I. So after the execution of the loop, we will be returning the value of sum. So that will be the sum of integers from the index a to b. So now in our main function, we have to split our input array into 3 subarrays and we have to find all possible ways. So there will be many possible ways of splitting the input array into 3 subarrays. So to do all possible ways, first I am creating a loop that iterates from 0 till n minus 2. And then within this I loop, I am creating another j loop. So in this nested loop, again I am iterating from I plus 1 till n minus 2. So in every iteration of this nested loop for the values of I and j, we will be able to form 3 subarrays. So the first subarray will be present from the index 0 till I. So that would be the first subarray, and the second subarray would be the integers from the index I plus 1 till j. So the integers present in this index will be the second subarray, and the third subarray will be the integers from the index j plus 1 till n minus 1. So the integers present in this range will be the third subarray. So we will be calculating the sum of each subarray using the function sum, which we have already defined above. So if the sum of first subarray and the second subarray is equal and the sum of first subarray and third subarray is equal, then the sum of all the subarrays will be equal. So whenever these two conditions are satisfied, then we will be printing yes and terminating the whole program using exit 0 condition. So if the if condition is satisfied, we print yes and then we execute the condition exit 0. So if a subarray as per the given condition is found, we print yes, else finally we print no as our output. This is how we will be splitting the input array into 3 subarrays in all possible ways and be checking for sum. So now let us check our program with sample test cases. So this is our sample input 1 and our expected output is yes. So we also get yes as our output. So now let us check our program with the sample input 2. For sample input 2, our expected output is no. So we also get no. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.